back east. It has to be 23 seconds.
This is it, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to kick it off. The 1997 Hall Ambulance Western Dirt Track Opener here at the 3rd Mile Clay Oval, just north of Bakersfield. They call the Bakersfield Speedway. Lights are out. Mitchell's going to give them a hard look as they come down the back straightaway. The number 1 machine of Mitch Elliott will guide him around turns 3 and 4. Mitchell takes a look, flag in hand. Let's go racing! Johnson, your leader, into turn 1. Into second goes Roger Remy. In the 15 machine, Brian Reed almost hits the wall, and as Mendenhall spins out at the exit of turn 2, and way up high goes Roger Remy Sr., sliding under him and avoiding contact is the number 1 of Steve Johnson. Johnson, he's your leader on the first lap. Ruthie Reed spins out of the exit of turn 4, and Mendenhall, his second spin in just 1 lap. Gets her refired and going straight again here at the Bakersfield Speedway. Oh, 2 hit the wall. Johnson into the wall as well as Remy, but Remy survives. Steve Johnson comes to a rest at the apex of turns 3 and 4, and that brings out a yellow flag condition. Alrighty, here we go. We're going to get restarted. Roger Remy leads him down the back straightaway. Let's go racing. Great battle going on right now for second position between the 15 car of Brian Reed and the 16 car of Bruce Johnson. Reed taking a little bit higher line than Johnson. Gets a little squirrely coming out of turn 2, allowing Johnson to come up on him, and Remy spins out his car in the apex of turn 3 and 4 and takes the door off of the number 15 car of Brian Reed. It brings out the yellow flag. Yellow flag condition on the racetrack. Let's go racing. Brian Johnson is your new leader. Behind him, Roger Remy in the number 12 of Lloyd Clowers spins his hobby stock out in the exit of turns 3 and 4. We stay green here at the Bakersfield Speedway. 1 lap down, 7 laps to go. battle for the lead. Also, Roger Remy in second position. Brian Johnson is your leader. Remy right on the rear bumper of Johnson. Then we go back to third position. Way up high out of turn 2 is the number 15 of Brian Reed. Then Chris Mendenhall, the Pink Panther, is in fourth. Up high again. Reed into turn 4, allowing Mendenhall down low up on the berm. They're side by side going down the front straightaway. Into turn 1 they go. Reed holds him off with that high line, carrying his momentum. Out of turn 2, down the back straight, they're side by side again. But the horsepower of the 15 car, Brian Reed, pulls him out. He's getting awful close to that wall, is Reed. Mendenhall staying down low and makes the pass on lap 4. 4 down, 3 to go. Your leader is still Brian Johnson. But Roger Remy Sr. is right on his tail. Little light contact as they enter turn 3. Out of turn 4 to complete the 5th lap of the first hobby stock heat race qualifier. It's side-by-side racing between Mendenhall and Brian Johnson once again. The doorless Brian Johnson. Lloyd Clower is in 5th. He was your top qualifier. Oh, your leader gets a little squirrely coming out of turn 4. Brian Johnson. Roger Remy still on his rear bumper, and some great racing going on for 3rd and 4th positions. They make a little contact in the entrance to turns 1 and 2. But Reed holds him off, holds off Mendenhall, the Pink Panther. 6 down, 7 to go. 1 to go, pardon me. Your leader experiencing some traffic right now, gets through there. Okay. Into turn 3. Out of turn 4, following Ruthie Reed is your winner, the number 16 car, Brian Johnson. Second place, Roger Remy Sr. And a close third for Chris Mendenhall. In 4th position, the number 15 of Brian Reed. Alrighty, second qualifier in the hobby stock division. We're going to run 8 laps. From top 4 qualifiers going to go straight to the main event. Some beautiful cars out there. Killer Keith Haslett on the pole position. That car is painted by Chad Jeffries, CJ race car paint. Mitch gives him a look and no green, no green. Mary George in the 00 slipped back just a little bit. Bakersfield Speedway. Killer Keith Haslett leads him into turn 1, gets about a 3-car length advantage over the number 14 machine of Mark Cowan. Cowan on the outside of Haslett into turn 3. Great racing action side by side right here. Cowan goes up high. Killer Keith stayed down low, and he's your leader on the first lap. But I think the horsepower of the number 14 car, Mike Corwin, is going to overcome him as he's just did that, and Corwin is your new leader. Sliding into the second position is the 57 of Ken Miller. Haslett slides back to 3rd. 2 laps down, 1 lap to go. Alrighty, in the number 14 machine, there's your leader, Mike Corwin. In second position, challenging for the lead right now is the number 57 car, Ken Miller, as they go down the front straightaway. In the 19X car, Teague Williams from Ridgecrest is right behind him, just watching and waiting to see if somebody makes a mistake, and we've got a new leader. The 57 car of Ken Miller assumes the lead from the 14 of Mike Corwin. Corwin gets a little squirrely coming out of 4th. He may have some mechanical difficulty. He slowed dramatically off the lead pace. And into 3rd position goes Scott Pruitt. Opening up about a 7-car length advantage over the second place car of Williams is your leader, Kenny Miller. Up high goes Williams. Pruitt slides into second position. Teague Williams might have grazed the wall, and he's got her right rear flat and slides into the infield. We stay green here at the Bakersfield Speedway as Teague Williams pulls his hobby stock into the infield. Your leader now, Ken Miller, with 6 laps down, 1 to go. Scotty Pruitt in second. In third position in the 14 machine is Mike Corwin. And Killer Keith Haslett is in fourth. Bringing his car to the infield to number 7 of Tim Cleve. 7 laps down, 1 lap to go. Cleve stays out of the leader's way. Gets his car going again. And slowing dramatically is Ken Miller up into the infield. Obvious mechanical difficulties. And the new leader, Scotty Pruitt, assumes the number 1 position. And he's going to be your winner for the second qualifying heat here in the Hobby Stock Division. Scott Pruitt, your winner. In second place in the 14 car, Mike Corwin. In third, the rookie Killer Keith Haslett. In fourth, the number 8 car of Bruce Moore. And coming home in fifth is Mary George. Rounding out our field in the number 7 machine, sponsored by Craig and Auto Parts. That's going to be Tim Cleve. 33 car of Jaman Jerry Horlacker on the outside of row 2 in the 04 car. That's Chad Henry from Bakersfield. Inside third row in the 25 machine, that's Roger Herrick. Outside of him in the 66 machine, Jumpin' Jimmy Dede. And rounding out our field is the 42 machine of Bill Stevens. Let's go racing! We've already made contact down the front straightaway between Horlacker and 01. That's going to be Steve Johnson. And they're 4 wide going into turn 4, and there's contact made. They run out of real estate down there, and the 01 has a left rear flat tire, but he keeps on going. Horlacker into the infield, gets his car righted and back onto the main track there, onto the racetrack. They're 3 wide in turn 2. Your leader is the 01 of Steve Johnson. On the inside of him, here comes Roger Herrick in the 25 machine. Herrick sticks it in deep and takes over the lead. And there's a great race going on between the 04 of Chad Henry and Jumpin' Jimmy Dede. Dede in that performance machine special. Clint Lovelace building that motor over there for him, does a great job. Into the turn 3 goes your leader, Roger Herrick. In second place, Chad Henry. In third, Jimmy Dede. In fourth, the 77 of Adam Miller, then Horlacker, and then the 42 of Bill Stevens. Three laps down, 4 laps to go. Roger Herrick has opened about a car length advantage over Chad Henry in second place. Chad Henry, local Snap-on Tools dealer, sponsored by Snap-on Tools. Henry up high, trying that high line, carries his momentum through turns 3 and 4. Jimmy Dede right on Henry's tail. It's a great 3-car race for the lead. Anyone could attack at any moment right now and take that over as Dede goes high out of turn 2 and loses about 5 car lengths. 5 laps down, 2 to go. Herrick still your leader. But Chad Henry is breathing hard on that rear bumper. Henry just looks like he's waiting there for something to happen, for Herrick to make a mistake possibly. But Herrick has got his car dialed in on this 3rd mile play oval tonight. 1 lap to go as Mitchell waves the white flag. Herrick is still your leader. Henry in second. Dede comes home in third. As Henry tries to make a move up on the berm, upsets the chassis, and gets a little wide coming out of turn 2. Into turn 3 is your leader, Roger Herrick. Coming home to the checkered flag. The winner of the 3rd qualifying heat tonight in the Hobby Stock Division, number 25, Roger Herrick. In second position is Chad Henry. In third in the Performance Machine Special in the number 66 car, Jumpin' Jimmy Dede. Coming home in fourth, the 33 car of Jerry Horlacker. Those 4 will go directly to the main event. Let's go racing! First round qualifier, modified street division. The 11X car of Mike Calhoun leads him into turn 1, and we've got contact between Calhoun and the 22 of Henry Weslowski. Everybody gets through that okay. I don't know how And Kevin Collier, your fast qualifier, comes from the third row outside to take the lead. And now he's opened up about a 7-car length advantage over the number 11X machine in second place of Mike Calhoun. And they're side by side, the 22s, Mitch Machado and Henry Weslowski as they exit turn 4. Weslowski takes over third position. 2 laps down, 1 lap to go, and your leader Kevin Collier has opened up an almost unsurmountable lead now with only 3 laps down this time by. In second place, the 11X of Mike Calhoun, followed by the 8 car of Rick Wilkinson, the 8W from Paso Robles. This is some great racing going on, and it's still early. Super Phil Matthews is now getting a challenge from Mitch Machado on the outside as they go through turns 3 and 4. But your leader, I'll tell you what, he's like a hotel room on Sunday at noon. He's checked out. Your leader, Kevin Collier, in the number 18 car. We've got some great racing for 4th place as well as 2nd. They're side by side, 2 deep, going into turns 3 and 4. Little contact between Wilkerson and the number 11X of Mike Calhoun coming down the front straight, but they are bunched up in that pack right there. This is some exciting racing going on right now. Bakersfield Speedway action, getting sideways. Way up high goes Machado, has to get out of the gas and loses about 3 car lengths. Side by side into turns 1 and 2 is Wilkerson, no, that's Super Phil Matthews and Calhoun. They get things straightened out. And they're nose to tail. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 deep is entering turn 3. 1 lap to go. Your leader remains Kevin Collier. He's got about a half a lap lead over everyone else. Into turn 3 he goes. There's some great racing. There's 3 wide coming out of turn 2, ladies and gentlemen. Super Phil Matthews in 3rd place. Your winner is Kevin Collier, but that's secondary. Great racing going on right now. They're side by side coming out of 4. Oh, man. Phil Matthews is going to take home 4th place. The number 22 of Henry Weslowski in 3rd. Your 2nd place finisher is going to be the 8W of Rick Wilkinson from Paso Robles. Wow, what a great race that was. Your leader just checks out. He's out there cruising. Man, oh man, was that some racing or what? They were nose to tail for 5 laps, side by side, going in those turns 3 wide. That's awesome. Racing here at the Bakersfield Speedway. 3rd round action, modified street qualifier. Your leader right now is a 75X car of Jason Streck from Atascadero. He leads him in the turns 3 and 4 on the inside. Carl Nolan Jr., the number 55 machine, slides into 2nd place. The highway patrolman is getting challenged by the number 80 of Wayne Kaufman, that highway patrolman being the number 8 of Ron Davidson from Porterville. Contact between those 2, and Kaufman goes way up high. Sends the 16 machine, pardon me, of Jeff Houston's down low. They get that squared away, and we're back to racing. Your leader remains the number 75 car of Jason Streck. And a close second, challenging for the lead now in the 55 machine, Carl Nolan Jr. In 3rd, making it a 3-car battle as they go 2 wide out of turn 2, is the 71 machine of Billy Wilker. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got some great racing going on right now in this modified street division. That 71 car of Billy Wilker carries that momentum into turn 3 down the back straightaway. They're side by side, great racing, no contact there. 1 lap to go as Wilker takes over the lead from the 75X car of Jason Streck. Wilkinson into turn 3 right now. 2 more turns to go for the checkered flag, and your winner, the 71 car of Billy Wilker. In 2nd place, the 75X of Jason Streck. Coming home in 3rd, what looked to be the number 16 car of Jeff Houston's. In fourth, the 55 car of Carl Nolan Jr. Then Wayne. Rapid Rick Childress, sponsored by Performance Machine. Rosedale, 7-Eleven, Ralph Cook. David Childress, however, sponsored by Crispin's Radiator, The Bounce Place, Bob's Transmission, Rick's Recycling, also Bud's Bar, and special thanks to Mr. Bob Earnshaw for helping him out in that car. Dave Mitchell gives him the green flag. Let's go racing! The number 12 car of A.J. Kirkpatrick is your leader with 1 lap down, 7 laps to go. Ralph Cook is right on his tail on the pink and blue 78 Camaro. Up high goes the number 8 of Jay Marks, allowing Rapid Rick Childress to get underneath him and slide into 3rd position. Two laps down, the number 12 machine of A.J. Kirkpatrick, still your leader. Ralph Cook knocking on his back door. 3rd place, Rapid Rick Childress. In 4th, Jay Marks. In 5th position is going to be David Childress in the 45 machine. In the 79 car in 6th place, that's going to be Jim Harker from Lake Isabella. Rounding out our field is going to be the number 24 of Roy Atchison. Opening up about a 3-car length advantage is your leader, A.J. Kirkpatrick over Ralph Cook. Rapid Rick Childress in the 44 machine is closed right up on Cook's rear bumper. Going to make the challenge for 2nd with 4 laps down, 3 laps to go. Jay Marks car as he entered the apex of turns 3 and 4. The traction, I guess, just ripped that right rear off. Broke off at the rim. He still got a hub on that car. We're back to green flag. Right now, the green flag waves. Dave Mitchell says, let's go back to racing. Your leader, the number 12 car of A.J. Kirkpatrick, leads the field into turns 1 and 2. Ralph Cook still in 2nd place. Rapid Rick Childress in 3rd. David Childress, his brother, right behind him, and rounding out our field, the 79 car of Jim Harker. 6 laps down, 2 to go. The 79 of Jim Harker from Lake Isabella. He is sponsored by Swift Napa Auto Parts and Cram McCall Engine Machining. The white flag flies to your leader, A.J. Kirkpatrick, signaling 1 lap to go. If Rapid Rick Childress is going to make his move, he better do it right now as he enters turns 1 and 2. Oh, and there's contact between Harker and David Childress. They're side by side going down the back straight. But your winner in the number 12 machine is A.J. Kirkpatrick from Castroville. In 2nd is Ralph Cook. Coming home in 3rd in the Performance Machine Special, the number 44 of Rapid Rick Childress. So thanks to them for letting him come out here and go racing. So thanks, Mom and Dad, from Joe Antonetti. And rounding out our field inside 3rd row is a 22J car. That's going to be, I know that, of Doug Jeffers from Santa Maria, Industrial Radiator, Next Day Signs, Blades Hair and Nail Salon, Super Tint Window Tint, Pelican Performance, SEMA Sporting Goods, and Rosedale Metals. Out of turn 2 down the back straightaway is your leader, the number 62 machine of Ed Perry from Carpinteria. Making a big jump, the 75 car of Donnie Hampel and the number 10 car of Charles Paul are side by side coming into out of turn 2. Charles Paul takes over the 2nd position, moving Hamble into 3rd. laps down, 4 laps down this time by, and the number 62 car, Ed Perry, was your leader. Right on his rear bumper in the 10 car is Charles Paul from Porterville. And a great battle for third, coming from the last position on the raceway, is Doug Jeffers in the 22 Monte Carlo, making this a 4-car battle. We've got a smoking car, the number 7, don't have a name on that guy. We've got a great 5-car battle right now. They're all packed together really close in this 4th round qualifier, modified streets. 5 laps down, 2 laps to go, 3 laps to go. Your leader is still Ed Perry in the number 62 machine. We've got the smoke screen coming out right now, but your winner is still going to be Ed Perry from Atascadero, California. Perry sponsored by East Valley Garage, Chaz Sportswear, and Costa Auto Body. Right behind him is Charles Paul in the number 10 machine from Porterville, sponsored by Julie Auto Wrecking and CL Ceramic Tile. In third position, coming home in third, is the 75 machine of Donnie Hample from Atascadero, and Doug Jeffers gets that last qualifying spot. Potato Sandwich Shop, South Auto Supply, and Brady's Mobile. Dana Nelson brings them down the back straightaway. RPMs are low. That gas pedal foot's a twitching. Into turn 3 they go. Dave Mitchell gives them a hard look. And Dana Nelson breaks away, followed by Rodriguez in the number 02 car from Fallon, Nevada. And there's contact between Foyt and Pounds. Still contact going on as they enter turn 3. Pounds breaks away and into third position. As you see the heavy damage to the rear quarter panel of Scott's number 1 Milodon Special. Your leader still Dana Nelson. It's the battle of the 202s as Gonzalez goes up high, allowing Scott Pounds to pull up almost into the battle here. We've got 2-3 car battles on the track right now. As Gonzalez gets squirrely coming out of 4. Pounds is right on his rear bumper. Pounds needle dicks him into the inside, has to get on the binders hard. Gonzalez holds him off. 3 laps down, 5 laps to go. Your leader is still Dana Nelson in the 02 machine, followed by Jesse Gonzalez in the 02F machine, and the Rocket Man Scotty Pounds is in third. 97 machine tags the wall. Kevin Hawking of Santa Ana right here in front of the flagman tower. Pounds is, they're side by side. Rodriguez and Gonzalez and Pounds are side by side going into turns 1 and 2. And Pounds takes over second place and sets his sights on the number 02 car of Dana Nelson. Nelson hugging that bottom line here at the Bakersfield Speedway, trying to not let Scott Pounds get by him. We have 6 laps down, 2 laps to go. And they're side by side down the back straightaway. Pounds makes his move with 1 lap to go. On the inside, it's Pounds making the pass out of turn 4. Scotty Pounds is your winner. Scott Pounds, sponsored by Milodon Racing Products. And if you look on that number 1 car, all of those stickers on that Pounds car, they're all sponsors, nationwide sponsors on that car this year. Number 1, Scotty Pounds, engine builder, Morgan Motorsports. That car is owned by Wayne Kaufman and Scotty Pounds. Chris Stevenson is the chassis man on that thing. Dick Shepard. Rounding out our field in this second round qualifier is the number 48 car. Okay, we're gonna go racing. On the outside, Devin Crockett leads him into turn 1. Second position, Bruce Dorn on the inside is gonna be the number 1X car of Rick Becker. Becker and the 6L of Larry Blake are side by side as they go side by side 2 deep in the entrance to turn 1. Oh, and there's major contact between Shepard And the 6L of Larry Blake. Larry Blake goes way up into the wall, and that brings out the yellow flag here at the Bakersfield Speedway. Blake is not running any sponsors at this time. He could probably use, I guess those lights aren't working tonight. We're just going to show you the leader for the remainder of the evening. We're going to get a restart here. Devin Crockett is your leader in the 21 machine. Right behind him is Rick Becker, followed by the number 19 car of Bruce Dorn from Hollywood, California, as Dick Shepard makes a move going into third as Bruce Dorn goes high. Looks like 1 lap down, 7 to go, 2 laps down this time by as Shepard sets his sights on the second place car. That's the 1X of Rick Becker. Dives down low, does Dick Shepard. Up high this time. Going to try to make the pass on the high side, and he does. A 22 car. Dick Shepard of the Hall Ambulance Special moves into second place. It's the 21 and the 22. Their numbers, they're 1 and 2 on the track. Dick Shepard of the Hall Ambulance Special sets his sights on their leader, Devin Crockett from Arroyo Grande. Haven't seen that 21 car out here before. First time on this 3rd mile, High Bank Clay Oval. And Shepard's going to go for it. He's in a backup motor. Blew that motor last Sunday in practice. Put their backup motor in. They've never run that thing on alcohol. Tonight is the acid test, and they seem to be doing very well. As Crockett gets the chassis a little upset with that berm in the middle of turns 1 and 2. 6 laps down, 2 laps to go. Dick Shepard still watching and waiting, seeing if Crockett's going to make a mistake, but Crockett keeps that 21 Crockett Brothers Racing Special down on the bottom side of that track. White flag lap, 1 to go. We see as Shepard makes his move now. Shepard dives down low underneath Crockett, makes the pass on the back straightaway. They're side by side into turns 3. Crockett, let's see if Crockett can make a counter move. Down low goes Crockett, but your winner is going to be Dick Shepard in the number 22 Hall Ambulance Special. Also, Mike White transmissions, IMCA transmissions on that car. That's a Randy Gray Racing chassis, all that lettering company, and advanced distribution. What a race. Dick Shepard Hall Ambulance Special and GRT West. Lights are out, that means we're going to go green here this time by. Got some really fast cars in this heat race. Rickenback hanging back, getting a rolling start. And we're racing here at the Bakersfield Speedway. Jerry Stewart slides it into turn 1. They're all hitting that berm out there side by side. There's Bill Meyer in the 17T car of Jay Edens. Edens slides back into 5th position. Rickenback into 4th. In 3rd, Bill Meyer. In front of him is his brother Ron Meyer, and your leader, Jerry Stewart from Bakersfield. Stewart doing a lot of racing last year in Santa Maria. Stewart goes up high. Well, now in the 86 Delco Gunite Cox Brothers Special of Ron Meyer to slide into the lead. Jerry Stewart still on his tail, though, as they go down the back straightaway. Reichenbach gets way sideways coming out of turn 2. I saw sparks coming off the chassis there. But it's a great race for the lead between Jerry Stewart and Ron Meyer for the lead. Jerry Stewart trying to make a move on the 86 of Ron Meyer. No way, Jose, says Meyer, with 5 laps down, 3 laps to go. And I'm still seeing a bunch of sparks coming off that 32C car of Chad Rickenback. He's in 4th position. Bill Myers in 3rd. Rounding out our field is Jay Edens in the 17 car. Ron Meyer opens up about a car length advantage, but has some problems out of turn 2. Jerry Stewart gets right beside him going down the back straightaway. But the white flag flies, and your leader is still Ron Meyer. Jerry Stewart in 2nd, Bill Meyer in 3rd, Rickenback in 4th. Rounding out our field in the 17T is Jay Edens. They're nose to tail from 1st to 4th. Jerry Stewart tries to make a last minute move. Oh, it's too close to call. Too close to call between Stewart and Ron Meyer. What a great race. Stewart was watching and waiting. Meyer makes a little bobble coming off of turn 4. And it was close. And I'm going to wait on this one. For this race, let's slip back into 5th. Bam Bam Weston, who was doing some great practicing last night, running some really fast times, is in 6th. And rounding out our field in 7th is the rookie, Roger Remy Jr. But a great battle for the lead now as the 3 cars bunch up. The 81 of Richard Pappenhausen, the 99A of Kenny New, and the 44 of Les Richardson. And Bobby Hope, the 4th, moves on up there to make it a 4-car battle as they're side-by-side. Pappenhausen and Kenny New into turn 1 they go. Pappenhausen hits the berm in the middle of turns 1 and 2. Looks like he may take over 2nd position. Kenny New is going to give on the battle of his life, however. Into turn 3 and 4, they are still side-by-side, and Pappenhausen takes over 2nd place. Kenny New still running that high line. Bobby Hope, the 4th, catches that berm and upsets the chassis, almost loses it in the apex of turns 1 and 2. 6 laps down, 3 laps to go. Your leader is still Les Richardson. Richard Pappenhausen is right on his tail. Pappenhausen sticks it in deep and goes down low as Richardson goes on the high side. 1 lap to go. We've got a great battle for the lead. Pappenhausen tries it down low again, but the number 44 of Richardson cuts him off. 1 last chance for Pappenhausen. Oh, and we've got a spun out car. That'd be Bobby Hope, the 4th. And Pappenhausen, it looks like, may have taken that win if the yellow flag hadn't have flown before. A checker and a yellow flag. Pappenhausen from here looked like he had the win. He had the nose on Les Richardson. That's not official, however. Les Richardson coming home in 2nd, as far as I know, until they tell me different. In 3rd is the 99A of Kenny New. 2nd row, the number 86 machine of Buck Cox. Sponsored by Pools by Ike and Delco Gunite, 2-up chassis design. And then on the outside of him, number 3, that's Chad Chadwick. Then Bobby Hogue, the 3rd. Then we've got the 32 of Dino. Dan Payne from Petaluma. Rounding out our field is the 56 car of Mike Sonnery. Your leader right now, however, right on, is Mike Nichols. Mike Nichols goes up high. Whoa, there's contact between the 6 machine of Darren Smotherman and Buck Cox. And Smotherman is still getting squirrely. They're trying to figure it out back there. Everybody gets through that okay. A great battle for the lead, however, going on right now between the 78 of Kevin Nichols. Oh, the 57 car of Ken Miller tags the wall right in front of the right in front of the flag stand there, but keeps on going. Bobby Hogue, the 3rd, is in 3rd. And a slowed car, that's Buck Cox, has slowed his IMCA down, and that we're still going to go green if he can get it off the track. We're staying green here at the Bakersfield Speedway. Buck Cox makes it off the track. Also spinning out in the number 32 machine, 32, Ladino Dan Payne. Your leader now, Kevin Nichols. There's a great side-by-side battle going on as they make contact going down the back straightaway. Bobby Hogue, the 3rd, and that somebody brings out the yellow flag. Yellow flag right now. Wow, a great battle between Bobby Hogue and the 57 of Ken Miller from Ridgecrest. When they reach that orange cone, that's where we'll restart them. Kevin Nichols leads them down the back straight into turns 3 and 4. Bobby Hogue, the 3rd, goes up high, allowing Smotherman to get down low on him. Hogue is trying that high line to carry his momentum around there. Pulls right up on the back bumper and moves to the inside of Kevin Nichols. Bobby Hogue now tries the low line. Hogue on the inside, down the front straightaway, and Hogue takes over the lead. Bobby Hogue, the 3rd, is your new leader. Kevin Nichols in 2nd. Darren Smotherman in 3rd. And Mike Sonnery is in 4th. Bobby Hogue, the 3rd, as you may know, was the 1996 NASCAR Winston Racing Series Western Regional Champion. That brought him over $36,000 in cash. And Now he's opened up about a 7-car length advantage over the second place car of Darren Smotherman as the white flag flies, signaling 1 lap to go here at the Bakersfield Speedway. Second place is Darren Smotherman. In third is going to be the 78 car of Kevin Nichols. And your winner, Bobby Hogue the third. In second place, Darren Smotherman. In third, the 78 of Kevin Nichols. And in fourth, the 56 of Mike Sonery. Bobby Hogue. Then the number 3 car of Chad Chadwick from Oakley, California, sponsored by Oakley Prop Shop and Antioch Muffler. Lights are out. We go green. Thompson and Adam are side by side as they enter turns 3 and 4. They're 3 wide. They make heavy contact between the 4M of Alan Updike and the 4 car of Doug Thompson. Chad Chadwick says, I'm out of here, and goes to the inside, tries to make a big power move, and he takes over the lead. Chad Chadwick in the number 3 car is your new leader with 2 laps down, 6 laps to go. Then we pick up the 9A car of Terry DiCarlo, then the 4 of Doug Thompson, then Al Adam, and then the 42 of David Franey. Chad Chadwick's car is for sale. He's opened up about a 6-car length advantage over the second place car as Doug Thompson spins his number 4 IMCA modified into the infield. Gets her refired. Auto Insurance for Less is Doug's only sponsor. JT Chassis, Jay and Travis, they build a good race car. 4 laps down, 4 to go. Chad Chadwick is still your leader. In second place, the 9A car of Terry DiCarlo. In the third, I believe, is David Franey in the number 42 car. In fifth is Al Adam. Flag flies as your leader, Chad Chadwick, goes across the start-finish line. Chadwick, sponsored by Oakley Prop Shop and Antioch Muffler. And then Terry DiCarlo in the 9A car. He's sponsored by Golden Barrel Arms and DiCarlo's Auto Repair. And your winner is Chad Chadwick from Oakley, California. In second position is going to be the 9A of Terry DiCarlo. In third is the 42 machine of David Franey. Semi-made for the modified streets at the Hall Ambulance. Western dirt track opener here at the Bakersfield Speedway.
14 cars, 10 laps, top 8 will transfer to the main. Heading on the pole, the number 4 car, Super Phil Matthews, sets the pace.
Matthews leads him into turn 4. Mitchell takes a hard look. Oh, we go green. Super Phil into turn 1 on the inside. On the outside of him is Carl Nolan. They're side by side, 2 wide. Down the back straightaway, Mikey.
Carl Nolan a slight edge into turn 3 on the high side. Super Phil Matthews down low, and Nolan makes the pass.
1 lap down, Carl Nolan Jr. is your leader. Super Phil Matthews in second. Doug Jeffers in third. Mitch Machado a close 4th position.
Then you pick up Jim Harker, Wayne Kaufman. Oh, look out high into turn 3.
David Childress smacks the wall with his rear end of his Camaro. Also, the 7 car tagging the wall.
No name on that driver. He gets a little high ride as he went high into turn 3.
Carl Nolan Jr. still your leader as we sort things out here with 3 laps down this time by. 7 laps to go.
Jeffers took a look underneath Super Phil Matthews as they exited turn 4, and now up to second, and up in smoke the number 7 car.
Side-by-side racing right now between Mitch Machado and Doug Jeffers. Machado down low and takes over third position. Doug Jeffers goes into fourth. But Jeffers isn't going to give up that easy. Tries that high side again as Machado is slowed by the 4J car of Super Phil Matthews, and they're side-by-side going into turn 3, Mike.
Battle of the 22s as we enter into turn 3. 5 laps down this time around.
Still no clear occupant for third position. We're going to be taking the top 8 in this race. So on the bubble right now is going to be the number 8 car. That is Ron Davidson from Porterville. They're still side by side. Now it's Super Phil Matthews into the battle with Doug Jeffers. They make a little contact going over the berm in turns 1 and 2.
Machado makes it up to second, gets across up, and up comes Doug Jeffers and Super Phil side by side into turn 4.
They're 3 wide coming out of turn 4. Doug Jeffers assumes second position. He's going high above the berm. Machado goes low. Jeffers into second. Super Phil Matthews and David Childress, a great battle going on for fourth. 8 laps down, 2 laps to go. Mikey, why don't you bring us home?
Carl Nolan Jr. up front, spanking some booty right now, showing him how the hog eats a cabbie. He is your leader. Followed by the number 22, Doug Jeffers. White flag, 1 more time to go.
Joe Antonetti has moved up into the transfer spot as Rick Henderson. His car, the number 14H, comes to a stall right below the Pioneer Mercantile sign. Mikey, did you see what happened?
Right on the white flag. We've got 1 more to go. We'll go green, white, and put the checkered out. Henderson got a little crossed up as he came out of turn 2. Smacked the wall hard right there by the Western Warehouse sign. Carl Nolan Jr. sets the pace. We go green. Mitch Machado with a muscle move into turn 4. Leans on Jeffers. Jeffers up on the high ride. Found some good hook between 1 and 2 and comes up second.
Uses that momentum down the back straightaway, trying to make a move on Nolan Jr. Into turn 3 we go. Checkered flag flies. Carl Nolan Jr. winner. In second place, Doug Jeffers.
David Childress looked like he snuck in for a third as he crossed the start-finish line.
Super Phil Matthews looked like he came home in 4th. Then Mitch Machado in 5th.
Jim Harker in the blue 79 car, I believe, picked that one up, and then Ron Davidson in the red 8. We'll give you a quick rundown if we can pick that up for you real quick. Sponsored by Lumberjack, American Fabrication, and Snap-on Tools.
And on the outside of him in the 35 machine, that's going to be Ruthie Reed. Coming to us out of Hanford.
Green flag, we go green.
And a big jump by the number 12 car of Lloyd Clower out of Porterville. It was about a 3-car length advantage over Adam Miller in the 77. And Ruthie Reed gets spun around and coming on the exit of turn 2.
Also on the semi-main, the number 7 of Tim Gleaves.
And in the 42 also of Bill Stevens. But your leader right now, the number 12 car of Lloyd Clower. In second place, Adam Miller. In third, Mary George. In fourth, a beautifully painted car, the 01 of Steve Johnson.
Lloyd Clower, your leader, in a good 20-car length advantage over Adam Miller in the A1 Auto Wrecking Special. Mary George third, then the 01 of Johnson. Then you pick up the number 19 of Teague Williams.
Your leader is sponsored by the Porterville Phone Book, Dean Barrett Publications, Robinson's Auto Dismantling, and Shorts Auto Electric. 4 laps down, 6 laps to go, and we're going 3 right down the front straightaway. Into turn 1, there's some major contact between Tim Cleve and the 57 car of Ken Miller. They're still 3 wide. The 42, whoa, look out. He gets her slowed down.
Le Bomba.
And up into the infield, the number 42 of Bill Stevens.
And Lloyd Clower puts the 42 car down a lap and looks at the backside of the number 22 car. Next in his sights, Frank Powers.
Still in second position, the 77 of Adam Miller. Then comes the 01 of Steve Johnson. Then the 19X of Teague Williams. And then Mary George. Clower dispenses of Frank Powers with virtual ease. And he's opened up about a half a lap lead over the second place car. And there's a great battle going on for second position, Mikey, as there's contact between Teague Williams and Adam Miller, as Miller goes up on the high side, moves into and loses a position, goes into fourth.
That's exactly right. You pick up the 01 of Steve Johnson running second. White flag given to the white number 12. Entering into turn one, Lloyd Clower, your leader.
Steve Johnson in second.
Up in smoke, the number 42 car, Billy Stevens. Here's your winner, Lloyd Clower, for the 10-lap semi-main hobby stock division.
In second in the 01 car is Steve Johnson.
Finishing up third, the number 19 car out of Ridgecrest, Teague Williams.
In fourth in the number 77 machine, Adam Miller.
Fifth is 00 car of Mary George.
In sixth, the number 7 car, Tim Gleave.
And from there, flip a coin. I'm not too sure. Did you pick up our starter, Dave Mitchell, indicating that we're ready to lock and load. Next time out of turn 4, we'll look for the green.
First main event, Mikey, of the 1997 season. This race right here brought to you by Hall Ambulance and Harvey Hall. The 1997 Hall Ambulance Western Dirt Track opener right now.
Donnie Hampel out of Atascadero sets the pace into turn 4. We go green. Jeff Huston's on the high side. Hampel down low. Huston's makes a good hook up high. And out of turn 2, your leader. And he drove, look out in there, outside of turn 2. Whoa!
Rick Wilkinson upsets his car and goes up high. Oh, and we're still banging going into 3 and 4. They're 3 wide. It's a big traffic jam back there. But your leader, Jeff Huston's, and the fast qualifier of Kevin Collier are now 1 and 2. With the 75 machine of Donnie Hempel in third.
The 71 of Bill Wilker off the track. He was wrapped up in that melee as they came out of turn 2. And there's your leader, Kevin Collier, followed by Jeff Huston's.
Collier makes a power move coming out of turn 2 to take over the lead from Huston's, but Huston's is not going to give up that easy. It looks like Huston's may have some kind of suspension problem, Mikey. That outside, that right front tire is really chattering when he comes down the front straight.
Running fourth right now is the 44 car, Rapid Rick Childress. Then you pick up the number 12 of A.J. Kirkpatrick as Huston's gets crossed up out of 4.
They have a broken suspension part on that 16 modified street as Huston's loses second position to the number 75 of Donnie Hampel. And now Rapid Rick Childress is on his tail. A.J. Kirkpatrick is getting ready to pass him. Whoa, hard into the wall goes Hampel.
Hampel goes off the track, smoke coming out of his right front wheel bearing. Turn 1 action, the number 62 car gets crossed up. Ed Perry.
Ed Perry gets her back on the track and refired in the right direction. Your leader is still Kevin Collier. He'll be experiencing some lap traffic here shortly. 6 laps down, 24 laps to go. And Ed Perry is off the pace, probably going to pull that thing into the pits.
Collier followed by Huston's, A.J. Kirkpatrick third. Rapid Rick Childress fourth. Turn 3, oh boy, up in the air along the wall and back down. The 75X car of Jason Strake out of Atascadero. He got airborne and got up high along the wall, rode it back down onto all 4s.
Let's get busy, let's get busy. Let's pack this thing up, let's go. Let's get lined up, and we go green. Kevin Collier with a lightning fast Camaro tonight. Jeff Huston's in second place. A.J. Kirkpatrick in third. Rapid Rick Childress in fourth. But we'll look out for the hard charger in the 22J Monte Carlo of Doug Jeffers. go to the front, as well as Carl Nolan Jr. in sixth place actually, in the 55 machine.
Up in smoke, turn one, Carl Nolan Jr. as Rapid Rick Childress makes a muscle move into turn three underneath A.J. Kirkpatrick. A battle for third, and Childress takes it. Childress now battling Houston's off turn two for second. Houston's with a good top end, comes back at him side-by-side action into turn four.
And Childress goes down low. Houston's on the top side. Houston's takes that momentum down the front straightaway into turns one, and they're still side-by-side into turns one and two. And Houston's slides back into second. Wow, great battle. Here comes Childress again, never giving up on the berm, takes out a cone, still goes back into third position. Upset the chassis, Mikey, when he went over the berm there.
Also on the move up close as wall is Charles Paul out of Porterville. Backs off the pace. But here comes the 22 car of Doug Jeffers out of Santa Maria. Turn four action. And Jeffers up to fourth.
Our Charger, Doug Jeffers, I said a couple of laps ago to keep an eye on him. And we've got a car in turn one, flipped over. A.J. Kirkpatrick, then he gets tagged by the 8W car of Rick Wilkinson. Car turned over the apex at turns one and two.
What transpired there was the blue and white number 12 of A.J. Kirkpatrick entered into turn one, set his car to go down low, and that right rear tire popped on him, went off, and up and over he went back on all fours, the number 12 of A.J. Kirkpatrick.
Well, that's an e-ticket ride, Mikey, let me tell you. As we look at the damage on the 8W car of Rick Wilkinson.
Indications from our rescue crew, A.J. Kirkpatrick is okay. There you go. Give him a big hand. I tell you what, that means a lot to these drivers out here. Besides that, it warms up your hands.
Mikey, let me tell you, that fire crew and safety crew was over there in a flash, directing traffic as well as checking out if the driver was okay. Doing a great job. I understand we've got a new fire crew this year.
That's exactly right. Gentlemen well trained in fire and rescue. First two on the spot there was the tall one in the orange. And lights out. We're looking for the restart in the back chute. Kevin Collier, Jeff Houstons, and Rick Childress and Doug Jeffers. We go green.
Kevin Collier, Strathmore Market Special, is your leader, followed by the 19-year-old number 16 of Jeff Houstons. Way up high goes Doug Jeffers in the 22 car. Weslowski in the 22T car is in fifth. Man, I'll tell you, that number 18 just has this track dialed in, Mikey.
Rick Childress takes a look underneath Houston's as he exits turn two. He has found a weak spot in the 16 car.
Out of turn four, Childress still looking down low, waiting for Houston's to make a mistake. They're running just almost the same line in the entrance to turn one, but on the exit, Houston seemed to slide his Camaro up high as Childress goes down low and tries to make the pass on Houston's in turn four, and he does, assume second place. Rick Childress in the 44 car, now in second, 15 laps down, 15 to go.
At the halfway point, turn two, Ralph Cook takes a shortcut going through the apex, and up comes Jim Harker in the backside of David Childress.
Oh, and a right rear flat tire on the Childress machine sends him into the pits and moves Houston's into second, Jeffers into third, and Weslowski into fourth.
Look out, here comes Jeffers on the move. Puts it down low into turn one. Can he pull the trigger? Houston's coming back at him out of turn two, side by side into turn three.
Into turn three and four, Houston goes way up high, has to get her way sideways, allowing Jeffers to assume second position. Houston's fighting an ill-handling car, Mikey. That suspension up front is really giving him a chatter, let me tell you. Doug Jeffers now sets his sights on your leader, Kevin Collier, with 12 laps to go.
A long way for that number 22 car in the Monte Carlo to reel the red 18 of Collier in.
Well, let me tell you, if anybody can do it, that 22J car can.
Now beating on the door of the 16 car out of turn two, Weslowski.
Doug Jeffers has reeled in Kevin Collier. Now it's only about a 2-car length advantage as they go into turns 1 and 2. Now he's up on his back bumper. Doug Jeffers, the Industrial Radiator Next Day Sign Blades Hair and Nail Salon sponsored Monte Carlo out of Santa Maria, is turning this thing into a race. The number 18 car, Kevin Collier, last year's last race winner in that final open race, Mikey. I don't think he's even touched the car. Maybe repainted it. That thing's still fast. Can Jeffers do it?
Well, he won the last one we had here at the Bakersfield Speedway in 96, and he's knocking on the door for the first one in 97. Jeffers came up close to the bumper, reeled up high.
Collier is just putting on a clinic on how to block that line, Mikey, that racing line. He's doing a great job. Jeffers' car might be a little faster right now, but he's having a hard time passing the 18 of Kevin Collier.
You're right. The 18 car is definitely making a wide track for the 22 car to make a move, and Wayne Kaufman off the pace.
We've got 2 cars stalled. That's Wayne Kaufman with a right flat front tire, and the 75 of Donnie Hampel with a right rear flat as they both head off into the pits. And we've got a rollover fund for A.J. Kirkpatrick up here. $30 already donated for A.J. Kirkpatrick's rollover fund.
26 down, 4 to go. Your leader now into turn 3. Jeffers on the backside. Harker running third. Wislowski fourth. Ron Davidson fifth.
Great battle still for the lead. Doug Jeffers in second, trying to reel in that Kevin Collier kid, putting on a clinic tonight. Checked out the first part of the race, Mike, but Jeffers has reeled him in now. 2 laps to go, pardon me.
What you're going to see right now, lap traffic come in and make a major play in this race lead with Collier as he looks at the back bumper of Ralph Cook and Super Phil Matthews with David Childress.
Well, right now, Kevin Collier is cutting through that lap traffic with surgical precision, Mikey, I'll tell you, not having a problem. However, Jeffers having a little bit of trouble getting around that Ralph Cook fella in the 78 car.
Checkered flag time. There's your winner, the 18, Kevin Collier. The number 22, Doug Jeffers second. Third goes the 78 of Ralph Cook. Unofficially fourth to the 79 car of Jim Harker. And then you pick up the number 8 of Ron Davidson.
And then the 8W of Rick Wilkinson from Paso Robles. Then Charles Paul. Henry Weslowski. Unofficially Rick Childress after that. And then Super Phil Matthews.
There he is, ladies and gentlemen, out of the car. Let him hear it, Kevin Collier. Come on over here, Kevin. We'll make a presentation with this beautiful, beautiful main event winner plaque for the Budweiser Western State Dirt Track Opener, sponsored in by Harvey Hall. A great ride, my man. How did it feel for you?
Oh, everything felt great. Turning point from my bad luck I used to have, so this is going to be a good year.
I tell you what, a couple of times there you had a couple boys knocking on your door. One time you had a straightaway lead on Jeff Houston's. That yellow flag came back out. Did you know who was on your backside?
When I got bumped over there, I didn't know who it was, but I stepped it up a little bit more.
And who's this little towhead you got here next to you?
This is Casey.
Hi, Casey. How old is Casey now?
He just turned 2.
And this young lad next to me?
Oh, this is TJ, my other son.
Your other son. There you go. A quick picture here. We'll get up underway. But how about a big hand for a splendid job, Kevin Collier?
And the 9A car on the outside of row number 1. That's going to be Terry DiCarlo, sponsored by Golden Barrel Arms and DiCarlo's Auto Repair.
The number 2H car, that is Bobby Hogue out of Salina, sponsored by California Culinary Academy, Fine Linen Group, and Thomas Green Securities.
Lights out. Let's get ready to go racing, Mike. What do you say, buddy?
All right, we'll look for the green flag this time out of turn 4. The number 99 car will set the pace. Kenny New. We go green. Oh, the 9A got a quick jump and into turn 1. He's your leader, Terry DiCarlo. James Bam Bam Wesson slides up to 3rd. Hogue to 4th. Chad Chadwick 5th. Darren Smotherman 6th, and then you pick up Poppenhausen 7th, David Franey 8th.
Then a whole gaggle of IMCA modifieds behind them. But your leader right now is Terry DiCarlo in the 9A car. Way up high is Bobby Hogue the third. Gets her back down in the racing line. But slides back into a 5th position. In 4th is Chad Chadwick and James Bam Bam Weston in 3rd.
Oh boy, the number 9 car with a good 10 car lengths advantage now. That's Terry DiCarlo with the lead over the 99, Kenny New. Car slicing and dicing going into turn 3.
James Bam Bam Weston gets up on the berm and upsets his chassis in turn 2, allowing Chad Chadwick to take over the 3rd position. Then Hogue slides up behind him with Pappenhausen running that low line. Hogue on the high side.
Actually, right now, that high side looks like the groove to be running in.
Yeah, Pappenhausen has tried that low line and no dice. He switches back up to the high line. Oh, maybe a flat tire on Pappenhausen's number 81 modified, slowing way down.
Up in turn 2. Turn 4, Chad Chadwick gets a 180-degree spin out.
And that brings out the yellow flag as everyone avoids Chadwick after he spins his number 3 machine in the apex of turn 3 and 4.
What a break for the 81 car Pappenhausen. Yellow had not come out for him. With the yellow coming out, that allows him a quick scoot booty into the pits for a tire change.
Hey, look at that orange cone on the back straightaway, Mikey.
We go green.
Terry DiCarlo leads him into turn 3, slides that IMCA modified sideways up onto the berm. 6 laps down, 19 to go for DiCarlo, your leader. In second is New, but New gets squirrely into turn 4, and James Bam Bam Weston takes over second place, and Bobby Hogue is right on his rear bumper. Takes a look on the inside.
Weston stalled for a moment down that back chute, opened a door, and Bobby Hogue the third stuck his nose in. Your leader, Terry DiCarlo, gets twisted out of turn 2, and Weston, Hogue into turn 3. Hogue hits the back chute wall. Oh boy. 360-degree spin out for Bobby Hogue the third.
Wow, Mikey, that was exciting. Let me tell you what I saw. I saw Hogue make the pass coming out of turn 2, and Weston carried some momentum coming out of there down the back straightaway. Hogue got squirrely, almost lost it, came down on Weston and just clipped him in the rear and spun him around there, Mike.
And Bobby Hogue will take his car off the track. That we're ready to lock and load. Lights out. We'll restart in the back chute. Take it away, Steve-O.
Alrighty, Terry DiCarlo leads him down the back straightaway. Dave Mitchell, flag in hand, waves that green flag. Oh, we go racing. DiCarlo down the front straightaway into turn 1. Still your leader, James Bam Bam Weston in second. Darren Smotherman in third. Great side-by-side racing out of turn 2. Bobby Hogue the fourth, and Kenny New from Oakley, California. Bobby Hogue is on the move, makes a power move underneath Smotherman as they go into turn 1. Hogue the fourth really making that low line work for him, Mikey.
He turned early as he went into turn 1 and upset the chassis on a 6S car. Oh, and here comes Hogue out of turn 2 on the high side of James Bam Bam Weston, and he makes the pass.
That number 12 machine is on the move, Mikey. He's putting on a clinic out there on how to pass and how to really work the high line and the low line as he sets his sight on the number 9A car of Terry DiCarlo.
Oh boy, DiCarlo takes a look underneath of Smotherman, or that's New rather, Kenny New. Weston running third, Smotherman fourth. Then you pick up the 99 at Kenny New out of Oakley, California.
And look at those headers aglow on the 57 machine of Ken Miller. Kenny Miller's headers glowing red as he comes down the next straight. Whoa, you can really see him as he comes down the front straightaway, Mikey.
I tell you what, he's got that thing leaned out big time.
Some great racing going on right now between Bobby Hogue the fourth and Terry DiCarlo as Hogue looks down low. DiCarlo cuts him up, sends him into the berm, almost into the wall after he upset the chassis, Mikey.
He got sideways, started looking at outside wall. He did make contact with the right rear. That's the number 12, Bobby Hogue. Oh, boy.
14 laps down, 11 to go. Let's see if Hogue can reel him back in and make the pass, Mikey. Should make for some exciting racing. Whoa, we've got contact in turn 2. The 57 car of Ken Miller has slowed way down.
Miller off the pace, collected the 4 car of Alan Updike as he exited turn 2. And we go yellow on the track in the back chute for Kenny Miller, the plum number 57.
We're going to restart this race. 15 down, 10 to go. Look at the back chute. We go racing.
Oh, Smotherman gets in the backside of Hogue and gets him crossed up. Turn 4, Chad Chadwick. Pappenhausen and David Franey made contact. The yellow number 3 at Chadwick got airborne and kissed the wall exiting turn 4. He gets fired up.
And pulls that 3 machine out of the way. Still 15 laps down, 15 to go.
Terry DiCarlo, your leader, followed by Bobby Hogue, Darren Smotherman, and James Bam Bam Weston. We go green.
Bobby Hogue, the 4th, trying to make a power move on Terry DiCarlo. DiCarlo holds him off. Smotherman in 3rd. James Bam Bam Weston in 4th. Whoa! Smotherman gets a big jump. That rear end did off that big berm in turns 1 and 2. And Kenny News slows way off the pace, causing almost a traffic jam back there, Mikey.
I tell you what, the white number 78 of Nichols now on a rampage up to 4th, past 4 cars in 1 lap as we got a melee out of turn 2 with Hogue, Pappenhausen, Updike, and New.
Well, that's going on in the back of the pack. Your leaders has turned this thing into a 2-car battle. Bobby Hogue, the 4th, trying to reel in your leader, Terry DiCarlo. 17 laps down, 13 to go in the 99A of Kenny New slows, and he's going to pull that modified car into the pits. His evening is through.
Kevin Nichols running 4th, David Franey 5th, 6th is James Bam Bam Weston, but here comes Pappenhausen. White flag, 1 more time to go.
Time shortened race right now. Bobby Hogue, the 4th, down low on Terry DiCarlo. Side by side into turn 3, ladies and gentlemen. Who's going to take this one? Bobby Hogue low, Terry DiCarlo high. He takes the win. Your winner, Terry DiCarlo, number 9A. In 2nd position.
What a tremendous finish there. Bobby Hogue, the 3rd, got a rut as he came low out of 4. He had the muscle move working, but it upset the chassis. And your winner, the number 9 of Terry DiCarlo. Big hand for your winner here tonight.
On the outside of him, we got the number 19 car. That's going to be Bruce Dorn from Hollywood, California, sponsored by Speed Drive Sportswear, Bruce Dorn Films.
All right, up next we'll find a 4 car. That's a race prep specialty driver, Jerry Stewart. Lights out. Let's go for the green.
Becker leads him out of turn 4.
No green.
No green. You need to. There you go, bud.
No green. A little melee as we exited turn 4. A distinct advantage on your pole sitter. A 3-car length advantage when he came off the post out of 4. And your starter, Dave Mitchell, wisely said, Buckwheat, let's hold it down and look for the restart. Lights out. That's a good indication we're ready to go green, Steve-O, out of turn 4.
Calm before the storm right here, Mikey. We're going to hear some thunder here on Saturday night at the Bakersfield Speedway.
Craig Butts looks him over. We go green. Oh, man, turn 4. Oh, boy. You've got the 32C of Chad Rickenbach, the number 22 of Dick Shepard, the number 17 of Jay Edens, the number 19 of Bruce Dorn, and 1 other late model wrapped up, no number visible at this point, the 21C of Devin Crockett out of Santa Maria. Oh boy, 1 quick episode in turn 4. Somebody got crossed up and collected everybody.
Before this late model main event starts, buddy,
I'll
let me
let
tell
you do it. Rick Beckert up front on the pole. He'll pick up the green flag, followed by the number 15, Bill Myers, Scott Pounds, and we go green.
The 1997 All Ambulance Western Dirt Track opener. The late model main event finally gets underway. Turn 3, turn 4.
Jay Eden's got up on the wall, did a high side move, but Workman, the 48 car, comes up lame in the apex of turn 4.
Gets her refired. We're staying green so far. Your leader is still Rick Becker, and the 1X car clips the wall. Sparks fly down the back straightaway as Scotty Pounds moves into second place with 2 laps down, 38 to go.
Pounds in the Milan Special has his eyes set on your leader, Rick Becker, right now, running first. Pounds second, a pair of number 1 cars up front. Move over flag issued to Workman.
Side by side into turns 1 and 2. Pounds takes over the lead now as the 48 car.
Richard Workman blocked your leader, and Becker falls back to third. Bill Meyer second, and Scott Pounds, the Rocket Man, is your leader.
Look out, this guy's fast. 4 down, 36 to go. Scott Pounds is your leader as a 17T car. So Jay Edens clips the wall with his rear quarter panel, and turn 3, the 48 car spun sideways again.
Richard Workman lost the handle on it and blocks traffic. Quickly on the binders, the number 17 of Greg Voigt. And up high, looks like the 32C of Chad or Rickenbach turns it sideways to avoid contact with that front end. Front end's very, very frail, if you will. What's the word you look for, by golly? Fragile is the one I was looking for.
Let me tell you, with 5 laps down, look who's in the lead, buddy.
Well, I tell you what, you picked him, by golly.
No, I haven't looked at him at all.
We go green. The Rocket Man, Scott Pounds, leads this freight train of late models down into turn 1. 5 laps down, 35 laps to go. Pounds opens up about a 5-car length advantage in less than a lap. Bill Meyer in second place, Rick Becker in third.
And here comes Shepard. Shepard got underneath of Bruce Dorn. Shepard now up to 6th. Behind the number 4 car, Stewart. Stewart went through the rumple section in turns 1 and 2. Got upset, his car moved high, and Shepard now right on his back bumpers. Pounds takes the lead with a good 6-car lengths advantage.
The track right now, Mikey, has optimum traction going on out there. Times are really fast. And
Shepard and Stewart side by side off of turn 4. Oh, a drag race into turn 1. Shepard down low, Stewart up high.
Jerry Stewart holds him off for the time being, but they're still side by side down the back straightaway. Shepard into turn 3, looking down low, gets upset just a bit and squirrely. Down the front straightaway again, they're still side by side.
Oh boy, 2 complete laps side by side. Stewart with an edge out of 2, and here comes Shepard. Shepard, it gets loose out the back chute.
Dick Shepard down low. Now looks like he may take a position away from Jerry Stewart, and does. Dick Shepard moves into 5th position, and now he's got his sights set on the 86 car of Ron Meyer, trying the high line now.
Meanwhile, your leader, the number 1 car, Scott Pounds, down the back chute going into turn 3. A complete straightaway lead over the 2nd place car. A battle for 2nd into turn 3.
Rick Becker down low, Bill Meyer up high for 2nd position. They're side by side down the front straightaway. What a great night of racing so far, Mikey.
Oh boy. And Myers comes up out of turn 2 running 2nd. Becker back to 3rd. Then you pick up Ron Meyer, and then Shepard, and then Stewart.
Lap traffic coming into play. That half blue, half yellow flag, the courtesy flag telling them to let the leaders pass, is being flown by Craig Butch, your flagman right now. Dick Shepard makes the pass on Ron Meyer, moves into 4th position. Ron Meyer's not going to give up that easy, however. Meyer using that low line. Dickie Shepard way up high, Mike.
Definitely 2 distinct grooves of racing here tonight, as Shepard makes the pass on Ron Meyer, sets his eyes on the backside of Bill Meyer.
It's Rick Becker and Bill Meyer side by side going into turns 1 and 2. Dick Shepard and Ron Meyer make contact in the apex of turn 1. And if you look, not too far behind him, just a straightaway behind that group of racers is your leader, Scotty Pounds.
Unbelievable. Pounds out front, spanking booty in that computer-designed East Coast GRT chassis.
Let me tell you why these guys are Dyson, while Becker, Bill Meyer, Ron Meyer, Jerry Stewart, and Dick Shepard are racing in Dyson. This is just allowing Scott Pounds to just get out of here. Let me tell you.
18 laps down. 22 to go.
Side by side, Jerry Stewart and Bill Myers making contact. They're side by side going down the front straightaway into turns 1 and 2. Dick Shepard just waiting back for something to happen. But if you look, who's on Shepard's back door? The Rocket Man. Scotty Pounds just less than 10 car lengths behind the second group of cars there. Looking to pass the whole field, Mikey. What do you think?
Unbelievable. Pounds is on a terror. And finally, 22 car Dick Shepard able to get on the high side of Bill Meyer.
Dispenses with Ron and Bill Meyer, or Jerry Stewart and Billy Meyer.
Stewart off the pace and off the track.
Shepard now in 4th position, but I'll tell you, it's a long way to first. Almost a complete lap lead for Scott Pounds.
Shepard in the 4th. Pounds is your leader. Pounds is a good 6 car lengths behind Shepard to put him down a lap. Currently running 2nd. You look over the field and we find the number 1 car of Becker running 2nd. It's the 86 car. Ron Meyer now up to 2nd. Becker back to 3rd. Shepard 4th, but Shepard working on the inside of Becker, which Becker opens the door into 3.
They're 3 wide into turns 3 and 4. Dick Shepard makes a 2-car pass. In front of Rick Becker, moves into 3rd position now.
That's right.
Dick Shepard in 3rd. Ron Meyer in 2nd, and your leader is Scott Pounds with 26 laps down, 27 laps down, 13 laps to go. In the scheduled 40-lap main event for the late model division, 1997 Hall Ambulance Western Dirt Track Opener. Great battle going on right now, Mikey. Dick Shepard on the high line, Ron Meyer on the low line, and Dick Shepard's on his back bumper right now.
I'll tell you, a lot of RPM built up by Shepard as he went through the transition of 1 and 2. RPM supreme. He goes the high side, coming off of turn 2. White flag action. Shepard battling on the top side of Ron Meyer.
Here we go, the battle between Ron Meyer and Dick Shepard. White flag lap, 1 to go. Your winner is going to be the Mulligan Special of Scotty Pounds. Still a great battle between the 22 and the 86. Dick Shepard in the 22, Ron Meyer in the 86. You think Shepard can pull it off? Down the front straightaway.
Ron Meyer runs 2nd. Shepard finishes up 3rd. 4th go the number 1 X car of Rick Becker. Oh boy, what do you think, ladies and gentlemen? How do you like the late model main event here tonight? Woo, boy. Once again, time constraints disallow us to go down with an interview with your winner here this evening, the Rocket Man Scott Pounds. You'll be able to read about it tomorrow in Bakersfield, California with Pam Stewart. She'll pick up the interview in pitside as we get ready for the next main event, the Hobby Division, scheduled for 20 laps. And then, of course, we have the number 22 car next in the lineup. One of our security guys here. Last year, your driver is Frank Powers out of Bakersfield. That makes up this starting grid here for the main event of the Hobby Division. Lights out will anticipate a green, this time out of turn 4. Chad Henry sets the pace. Take us away, Steve-O.
Chad Henry. Where you going racing? Chad Henry leads him into turn 1. Slides that 04 Nova. We've got some major contact between Roger Herrick and the number 16 of Brian Johnson. Everything sorts itself out as we get through the first lap of competition here in the hobby stock main event.
Chad Henry, your leader. Roger Herrick runs second. Jumping Jimmy Dede hard out of turn 2 on the high side and makes a muscle move on Roger Herrick. Dede now up to second. Can he hold it as he comes off of 4?
Chad Jeffrey still your leader. Jumping Jimmy Dede with a power move down the back straightaway, moves into second. And the Pink Panther, Chris Mendenhall, takes advantage of a couple of cars getting together and moves into third. Now here comes Dede side by side with Chad Henry.
Roger Herrick fell off the pace coming down the main chute. He comes up lame in turn 2. The yellow come out for him. At that same time, that's when Mendenhall put a muscle move as he put the hammer down and moves up to third.
Look down to the back straightaway. You see an orange man instead of an orange cone. We go racing. Chad Henry's your leader. Jumping Jimmy Dede in the 66 machine is your second place car. In third, the Pink Panther, Chris Mendenhall, and Roger Remy Sr. in fourth. Some great racing going on right now. And Adam Miller is up on the berm with a right rear flat tire, and he'll have to pull that thing into the pits. Let's see if he can make it.
Corwin with a 10 on the high. Whoa! Chad Henry, look out, mama! Henry gets looped out a 180-degree turnout. And your new leader, the number 66 of Jumpin' Jimmy Dede.
Henry with a right rear flat also, as Adam Miller gets that car refired up and off the track safely. We're still green here at the Bakersfield Speedway. Killer Keith Haslett having a tough time coming down the back straight. Seems to be losing power, Mikey, as he's way off the pace.
That's exactly
right. Mama! Chad Henry just gets off the track.
And Jim Dede just barely clears Keith Haslett. Dede, your leader, off turn 2 in the black 66 Oldsmobile.
The Pink Panther, Chris Mendenhall in second.
The red number 2, Roger Remy Sr. running third.
Teague Williams loops it coming off of turn 2. He's in the infield. His car is still running. Gets her refired and back out onto the racing surface. Some good racing going down there in turns 1 and 2 as they go down the back straightaway now. The 8 car, Bruce Moore, and the 33 of Jammin' Jerry Horlacker and Scotty Pruitt. Great race going on. Another right rear flat tire on the 19 car of
And
Teague
we go
Williams.
red on the track. And we got one of the cars that has a problem over in turn 2 right now. And it looks like a little flame on the fuel cell of the 01 car of Johnson. Johnson makes a rapid dash for the pits. We do have fire extinguishers at that point also. And that's why we went red on the track for a fire that was picked up by one of our fire rescue squad.
Not a bad place to be, you know what I'm saying?
Turning the wrenches, they make the tire changes, they do the whole job. We're getting ready to go. We're racing, it's green.
Jumping. Jimmy Dede slides that 66 Oldsmobile Performance Machine Special out of turn 4. He's your leader with 7 laps down, 13 laps to go.
The number 2 car, Roger Remy Sr., off the pace and goes to the infield. And 2x2 down the back chute with Scott Pruitt and Bruce Moore in the black number 8 car.
Obviously some kind of mechanical problem with Roger Remy Sr. Your leader still, Jumping Jimmy Dede. Chris Mendenhall, the Pink Panther, in second. Mike Corwin in third. And here comes Jammin' Jerry Horlacker in the 33 car, way up high. Scott Pruitt moves by him. They're 3 wide in turn 3, ladies and gentlemen. That's Ruthie Reed, Steve Johnson, and Lloyd Clower, making for some exciting hobby stock racing. Good battle here between Mike Corwin and Scott Pruitt. And get into the mix is Jerry Horlacker in the 33 car. Up into the infield goes Lloyd Clower. He's going to park it. 11 laps down, 9 laps to go.
Your leader coming off turn 2 now. Whoa! Adam Miller hits inside berm in 2 and gets airborne. Didi on the high side trying to get around the rookie driver in the number 5, Keith Heslett. And Didi pushes high, makes the pass. 12 down now.
Still some pretty good racing going on in the middle of the pack, Mikey. They're 2 by 2. As they go into turn 3, Frank Powers having a little bit of trouble, makes contact with Horlacher.
Oh, Frank Powers got sandwiched into the wall back there.
Turn 4, they're hooked up.
Oh boy, Teague Williams locked bumpers with the 15 of Brian Reed, and Teague got turned sideways, 360. They're tagging him all the way through as he's trying to get off the racing surface. Oh boy.
Brings out a yellow flag here at the Bakersfield Speedway. 13 laps down, 7 laps to go.
I tell you what, they've got a lot of winners out here from last year, as well as a lot of cars out here tonight. Jim Didi's going to pick up the green flag now. We go racing.
13 down, 7 laps to go. Didi slides her into turn 3. Out of turn 4 they come. Chris Mendenhall in second. A battle for third right now between Scott Pruitt and Mike Corwin. They're side by side into turns 1 and 2. Corwin on the outside. Pruitt down low. Takes over third position.
Now in the late model division, that upper grooves through 1 and 2 was working well, but you've seen right there a little different gear and car weight, and it did not work for the hobby division as Corwin slides back to 4th with Johnson right over his back bumper, side by side into turn 3.
Scotty Pruitt sets his sight on Chris Mendenhall. Into turn 3 and 4 they go. Out of turn 4, Mendenhall still holds the advantage. However, Pruitt is flying around this third mile clay oval, using that low line to his advantage. Short way around the track, Mikey. Let's see if he can pull this pass off as Mendenhall kisses the wall coming out of turn 2.
Sparks fly, but all the cars moving up to a wetter track, if you will. Didi running the ridge route. Mendenhall right on the top side of him, and Pruitt stays down low along with Mike Corwin and Johnson.
As Pruitt takes over second position, but I don't think the Pink Panther, Chris Mendenhall, is going to give it up that easily. Scotty Pruitt in second place, Mendenhall in third. Your leader is still Jumpin' Jimmy Didi, 17 laps down, 3 laps to go. Should be an exciting finish.
Didi now working his way through lap traffic. Drags along with him in second. Scott Pruitt in a 76 car. The Pink Panther, Chris Mendenhall in the 38, and then 0-1 of Johnson. Then you pick up Mike Corwin in the 14 car.
And then Teague Williams in the 19X right on Corwin's rear bumper. I'm thinking that Pruitt might have a little something left for Jumpin' Jimmy Didi with 19 laps down. I guess we're going to go more than 20, maybe 25, Mikey. 25 laps in this main event.
Originally scheduled for 25. We'll see if we can pull it off.
Mendenhall way up high in turns 3 and 4, trying to make that high line work for him.
Didi threading the needle through lap traffic. Gets great traction out of turn 2.
Jammin' Jerry Horlacher with a right rear flat tire is going to send him into the pits with just 4 laps remaining.
This would be good right here. Slow lap traffic for Didi.
There's some lap traffic that Jumpin' Jimmy Didi is going to have to negotiate if he's going to want to win this race. As they go 3 wide down the back straightaway. This may work to Mendenhall and Pruitt's advantage as the laps wind down here at the Bakersfield Speedway for this 1997 All Ambulance Western Dirt Track Opener.
3 abreast into turn 1. Mary George pushes Mendenhall up high. The 0-1 of Steve Johnson makes the pass, and he's got smoke coming out his back section as he makes contact with Scott Pruitt in a 76 car.
Doesn't look like a tire rub there, Mike. It might be something motor related. Steve Johnson is a lap down, though. Had to make that trip to the pits with that little trickle of fire around his fuel cell. So Mendenhall still is in third position as Pruitt is trying to make a charge at your leader, Jumpin' Jimmy Didi.
24 down, 1 to go as we go white flag action. Your leader off turn 2, the black 66 car of Didi, followed by Pruitt and Johnson. The 76 car is in second place at this point. Take her away, Steve-O.
All right, coming home for the victory, jumping Jimmy Deedy to the front. He said he was going to do it, Mikey, when he came up for the interview, and there it is.
Exactly right. Scotty Pruitt in the 76 car second, Mendenhall third.
Then I pick up 19X, I believe, in the fourth place. That's Teague Williams. And no official scoring from there. Right now we're going to go down the trackside with my partner out here, Steve Hughes. Steve, take her away. He made the call, ladies and gentlemen. Here he is, jumping Jimmy Deedy. Performance Machine Special, buddy. Hey, you know, when you were up there for the interview, you called and you said you're going to put this 66 Oldsmobile up front. And looky here, you're in the winner's circle, buddy. What do you got to say?
Hey, I'm proud of this car, proud of my sponsors. Thanks, Colin, Clint, from Performance Machine. You Pick, You Save, Gills Transmission, all my sponsors, all the gals that helped me in the pits, the people that helped me with the car. Thank you very much. And thank you to all my fans up there. I love you all.
A very appreciative jumping Jimmy Deedy. All right. Way to go, James. Nice job.
Well, I guess you can tell the adrenaline definitely pumping on there, but congratulations to Jumpin' Jimmy Deedy, your hobby main event winner here this evening. On behalf of Johnny Petrus, Doug and Sandy Baton, and Steve Hughes, Dave Sullivan, pleasure to have you up here. Your host, Mike Mosier, said good night to y'all. Take care. May God bless each and every one of you. Look for you here again next Saturday. Good night, all.